Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Believe it or not, we are 3 weeks away from Selection Sunday, and we have selected an outstanding panel for Team 386. Rico Beard, longtime Detroit radio and TV personality. He is a Specs Howard broadcast instructor, a recruiting insider, and co-host of the Mike Valeni Show with Rico. That is weekday afternoons on 97.1 The Ticket in Detroit. Rico, how are you?
I'm good, Jack, and 3 weeks away, you're probably going to have a whole lot of Spartan fans praying each Sunday, hoping that Michigan State could possibly sneak into the tournament. Maybe they'll keep getting games like they got yesterday.
Well, they're going to have a lot of games that would catch the committee's attention. The problem is they're going to be an underdog in every one of them. So they are going to have to come up with some tricks that we don't see right now. Also want to welcome in Justin Rose. He does an outstanding job as a reporter and a weekend anchor for WXYZ TV. That is a Scripps broadcasting sister station in Southfield. And like Rico Beard, he is one of our 25 voters in the state of Michigan for the Heisman Trophy. How you doing, Justin?
I'm doing well. For all you Michigan State fans that are still holding on, as Rico alluded to, just let it go. Just let it go.
So negative. Yeah, they still got it. They got hope, but like they said in Shawshank Redemption, you got hope. It may be a dangerous thing, but you got hope.
You know, I've begun my sports gambling ventures based upon hope, and that's not worked out so well for me at this particular juncture in time. So we'll hold on to hope for a little bit longer, but, you know, it's fleeting.
Well, they say hope is not a strategy, but yesterday Michigan State did the unexpected. And you wonder with what is ahead, guys, we have seen a couple of teams go back to North Carolina State with Jim Valvano, and not too long ago, Rico, Connecticut did it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's improbable. Let me help Justin now, but it is possible. You've seen UConn went on a 5-game winning streak and then won 6 in the tournament, including Michigan State, and they hoisted the trophy. Can happen. You need Aaron Henry and Langford to do what they did.
Rico, do you remember the Wolfpack in '83 when Jim Valvano's team had to win the ACC tournament just to get in? Did that and then ran the table, and then he ran around the court at the end of the win over Houston, and Lorenzo Charles dunked the ball, and Valvano ran around looking for someone to hug.
Yeah, Derek Wittenberg and Lorenzo Charles. Remember that.
We'll be right back. We'll look at that Michigan State-Indiana game up next here on Press Pass.
At the David Chapman Agency, we take your business insurance personally. Our expertise makes it easy for you. Experience the benefit of a local agent who cares about your business with the David Chapman Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. Visit davidchapmanagency.com.
They say less is more, but we believe more is more. That's why we built FanDuel Sportsbook with more. More ways to bet. More ways to fund your account. More ways to cash in. And more ways to cash out. With payouts delivered straight to your bank account in as little as 24 hours. You want more? You got it. FanDuel Sportsbook is now available in Michigan. Place your first bet risk-free and get up to $1,000 back if you don't win.
At Glen Bugie Chevrolet in Eaton Rapids, we follow all safety guidelines, and you can expect a quality staff with quality training and quality parts, all at a price you can trust. And this month at Glen Bugie, lease the 2021 Silverado Custom Crew Cab for only $227 per month, and the 2021 Equinox can be leased for as little as $151 per month, or enjoy 0% financing for 72 months. From price to selection to service, it's better at Bugie. It's better at Bugie.
Are you sick and tired of your old business printer? At Cartridge World in Okemos, you can get brand name printers at no cost. Just buy our quality printer cartridges and we provide the printers for free. Cartridge World in Okemos, just down the road from Meridian Mall.
Don't miss Last Man Standing.
Weeknights on Fox 47.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling.
At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet and Graf Nissan, side by side on West Grand River in Okemos. With 107 years in the automobile business, they'll take great care of you. They have on all 7 of my leases and purchases. For a new or used vehicle, go green, go Graf. Michigan State yesterday with a stunning win at Bloomington. And here you see Aaron Henry, perfect Euro step layup. He did everything. Took the ball up top, drove, hit floaters, hit layups, found the open man. You see Gabe Brown open in the corner. Great for the Spartans to have him back. That three-point shot from the corner makes a big difference when you can spread the court. Here he is moving down low and jump stop, makes it, gets a free throw out of it. Tremendous game for Aaron Henry, and he wasn't alone. He had some help. We mentioned Gabe Brown, but Joshua Langford also. We'll talk a little bit more about him later. Rico, it was a stunning last 30 minutes for Michigan State. I want you to be honest with me now. When the Spartans trailed 19-6 and had 2 more turnovers than points, what were you thinking?
Jack, well, to be honest with you, I was thinking, man, I'm glad I get paid to watch this stuff because I would have turned the channel if I didn't have to, because it looked like Groundhog's Day. It looked like the same old Spartans doing the same old things, can't get out of the way, and I didn't think that they were going to win the game.
Let's take a closer look at how this game broke down. And the score by halves, Michigan State outscored 30-26 at halftime. And the second half scored exactly twice that many points, 52. That's more of a game total for Michigan State than we're used to seeing, Rico.
It is. I mean, that type of performance you didn't see. You expected it all year long, but you didn't see it. Jack, I got to be honest with you. I thought that they were losing the game, and I was actually on the phone with my radio partner, Mike Valeni, and I happened to look up, and I'm like, Mike, are you noticing what I'm noticing? This team is now coming back. As a matter of fact, they just took the lead. And I was like, you know what? Let me get off the phone because I want to see how this thing finishes out. They started hitting baskets. Look what happens when you hit baskets. You win games.
It's amazing what some hot shooting will do. They say it's the ultimate Band-Aid. Justin, unfortunately for the Spartans, this was not their only game of the week, but they were at Purdue Tuesday and in position for a go-ahead shot with 5 minutes to go. Wound up losing that game by 10. But what the Spartans learn from that effort after the abomination against Iowa, except that they can't cover Trevion Williams?
Yeah, pretty much Izzo knows every time he plays Purdue, he let one get away from his own backyard here down in Detroit, of course. But you really have to just kind of look at this season as a whole. The Spartans' offensive and defensive efficiencies at the beginning of the season were in the top 10, both offensively and defensively. That just stopped. Now, whether that had COVID protocols, some of the players missing, they just haven't been able to get into a flow like they had in the beginning of the season when the numbers were matching their ranking and record, and all of a sudden that they lost all of that mojo. They're starting to maybe find it a little bit more here in this last stretch of the season, but it might be a little bit too late just because who they have to play the rest of the way.
Well, better late than never. But Rico, Aaron Henry thought long and hard about leaving school for the NBA. And now it's hard to imagine what this Michigan State team would look like without him. What do you think about Aaron Henry's basketball future?
Jack, I think his basketball future, probably this will be his final year at Michigan State. Now, he'll be playing pro. I don't know if it'll be NBA. I don't know if it'll be G League. I don't know if it's overseas, but he has an NBA type of game. It's just the consistency. Can he do it? Can he play at the level that he played against Indiana? Maybe he should treat every game like he's gone home back to his home state. He's going to have to do well in the NBA camps to really go to that next level.
Justin, Michigan State may not be back in the Big Ten race. They are back in the human race after finally getting a victory that people cared about. But as we look at the schedule, the remaining regular season schedule for the Spartans, they have some high-profile regular season games. You're talking about Illinois and Ohio State at home this week, then a home-and-home with Michigan. What has to happen to make a 23rd straight NCAA tournament? And what will happen? How many will Michigan State win?
Ooh, they have to win, I think, 5 of 6. That's the only way I think that, unless they win the Big Ten tournament. There's always going to be that caveat in there when we're discussing this with 3 weeks to go. Obviously, they win the Big Ten tournament, they're in. But when you look at the regular season and how it boils down, I think you have Michigan twice. That's 2 top 3 matchups. You have Illinois, which is a top 5 matchup. So there's 3 humongous wins, and Maryland is on the bubble right now.
Also this Thursday.
Ohio State as well. So you have all these really great quad 1 wins that are just staring you in the face. Can they get it done, though? Well, that remains to be seen.
We'll be right back. We'll take a look at Michigan and the rest of the Big Ten. Up next.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else. Peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Bolton Diamondale Insurance Agency, along with Auto Owners Insurance, want to personally thank our first responders. Prevent further spread of COVID by following the recommended guidelines and call your hometown team for all your insurance needs today.
Think you know FanDuel? Well, what if we told you that we've got an ace up our sleeve? There's a casino inside your FanDuel Sportsbook app in partnership with Motor City Casino. Simply select the Casino tab to play real online casino games like blackjack, roulette, and online slots for real cash anytime you want. So when we say there's more ways to win on FanDuel, you can take that to the bank. FanDuel Casino is now live in Michigan. Play your first 24 hours risk-free and get up to $200 back if you don't win.
I'm Bob Hoffman. There are inspiring stories taking place all across mid-Michigan. Let's celebrate good neighbors together.
Watch Good Neighbors with Bob Hoffman, Friday, only on Fox 47 News at 7.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Transportation. Dean is hiring caring and dependable people as school bus drivers in many Michigan markets. Be a hero in your community and transport children to and from school with Dean. For more information and to apply, visit deantransportation.com/jobs. That's deantransportation.com/jobs. There you see the story of a Big Ten showdown today in Columbus. A lot of high-level hooping in that one. Not many missed shots, a very well-played game. And Rico, if Michigan didn't play a perfect game today, it was close enough. Juwan Howard's team shot 534 from the field, 478 from deep, grabbed 4 more rebounds than the Buckeyes, had 8 more assists in that 5-point win. About as good a performance as Michigan could have hoped for.
Yeah, Jack, it was refreshing to see a game actually live up to the hype. 3 versus 4. This was the best game I think that the NCAA has had all season long because what Baylor and Gonzaga didn't play due to COVID. It lived up to the expectation. It was exciting. It felt like a Final Four national championship type of game. And I mean, if you're a Michigan fan, it had to feel good to actually see a Michigan team go into Columbus and walk away with a victory.
Justin, OSU followers were waiting to chant just like football, and they didn't get that chance. Instead, Michigan, for the first time since 2003, 2004, can complete a school year with a perfect record against the Buckeyes, even if it was just 1-0.
They'll take that at this point. There's no doubt. Look, I think Michigan's the best team in the country, not named Gonzaga. I still have questions about Baylor and their ability to defend. Gonzaga doesn't play anybody, but the way that they score and the way that they're efficient on the defensive end, I still think that they're the top team. But Michigan has all the components to make a Final Four run, if not win a national championship this year. I mean, it's crazy to think Juwan Howard in his second year has got this team playing, but you have to look at the leftovers from Beeline's recruiting, the Isaiah Livers of the world, what they're doing and bringing to this team, combined with that youth and those transfers. Juwan Howard's got it clicking on all cylinders.
Well, certainly recruiting, we'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes. But in terms of the coaching job, he'd have to be right up there for National Coach of the Year. And it's interesting that in year 2 on the sidelines in Ann Arbor, he is got a lot better chance at a Big Ten championship than he had in 3 years in uniform with the Fab Five. Rico, let's take a look at the Big Ten standings before the Sunday night game. And when you see this, can you predict which teams will be seeded 1 through 4 in the conference tournament?
Jack, I think you're probably going to see maybe Iowa and Ohio State flip-flop. I think Ohio State may have another loss in them. I think Illinois is going to be 2, and I think Michigan is going to be 1, simply because there's only 3 weeks left. Now, for Michigan, they're going to have to play a little bit of a gauntlet where they're going to go every other day starting on Thursday. So let's wait to see how they handle that turnover. But I would say Michigan, Illinois, Iowa, Ohio State.
Justin, would you expect the Big Ten to get 2 number 1 seeds, and is it possible? Doesn't happen very often.
No, I think
get 3 teams in the Final Four.
I think that there's absolutely – today's game showed it. Rico said it earlier. This was the best basketball game we had watched all year across the entire college basketball landscape, and it's 2 teams. One had to lose, right? Well, Michigan is going to continue that march. I think that if Ohio State can, continue to win, maybe lose 1 more game, but get to that final, if you have another, 3-4 matchup like that, the Big Ten championship game in the tournament, I think that both teams would be deserving of the number 1 seed. Plus, if you look around other conferences, you have to give the Big Ten credit where credit is due. It's the deepest conference. It's going to have the most teams make the tournament, especially if a Michigan State or Indiana can get hot late and get another team in, to get 10 teams in to the tournament, which would be close to a record, if not tying the one the ACC had a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think 11 is the most that we have ever seen in the NCAA tournament. But Justin, let's take another look at the Michigan schedule, such as we know it. And the remaining games, starting Thursday against Iowa, Iowa coming to Chrysler Center, and then at Indiana, where the Spartans just won. Then Illinois coming in a week from Tuesday, and that has all the makings of a championship game. and then the set with Michigan State. How surprised would you be if Michigan was not the outright league champion?
I would be pretty surprised. I still think they have a game in hand that they can afford to lose. And I look at that Illinois game as the one that potentially could be the one that they drop, just because the guard play for Illinois is just so good. Who knows if it's going to be able to be matched up by Michigan, but I like their chances to win out.
We'll be right back. We'll talk about the transfer portal and basketball recruiting up next.
Let MSU FCU drive down your payment with a low-rate auto loan. For a limited time, enjoy rates as low as 1.99% APR. Visit msufcu.org to learn more.
They say less is more, but we believe more is more. That's why we built FanDuel Sportsbook with more ways to bet. More ways to fund your account. More ways to cash in. And more ways to cash out, with payouts delivered straight to your bank account in as little as 24 hours. You want more? You got it. FanDuel Sportsbook is now available in Michigan. Place your first bet risk-free and get up to $1,000 back if you don't win.
Nobody does NASCAR like Fox 47. Proud season-long partners include Ashley Home Store and Sleep Center. This is home. And You Pull and Save. We set the cars, you pull the parts.
All you gotta do is hang on.
911, Monday on Fox.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemus.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first, I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's our Tracking a Trophy segment, brought to you by the Ticket Machine at the corner of Mount Hope and Hagedorn. For the best in sports and entertainment ticketing, whenever those events resume, visit theticketmachine.com. There you see an announcement graphic on Twitter from Ben Van Summeren, and he had been a Michigan Wolverine, played a couple positions there, some fullback. They tried him at tight end. Started a couple games last year at linebacker, but he's announced that he is transferring, went into the portal, didn't stay there long, and now he's going to be a Spartan. He also has a younger brother, Alex, who is a very high-profile recruit, a defensive lineman. Rico, what does this mean, the shift from Ann Arbor to East Lansing?
Well, Jack, it's kind of historic, maybe first time in the last 30, 40 years you've seen a move like this.
Yeah.
You normally don't move between rivals. That just doesn't happen. But I asked about him. I asked Brandon Brown. He writes for Sports Illustrated for the Wolverine, and he told me it's a good kid. It was just a bad fit at Michigan. And I don't know if it was just because of the turnover at coaches, but he said that this kid could be a good asset for Mel Tucker at Michigan State.
Well, you're absolutely right about guys going from one rival school to the other. The last one, I believe, was Mark Hill, and that was the day that Bo Schembechler nearly punched me at Weber's in Ann Arbor. And then you can go way back to George Gary, Little Dynamite, who was a star for Biggie Munn when Michigan State really got it going. But you have to go all the way back to the great John Hanna, who was a student at Michigan when Michigan State came and recruited him away and offered him a job running ag for the state. And next thing you know, he becomes a legendary university president with 46 years of service. But it does not happen very often. And automatically, when someone leaves one school to go to the other, you hear people say, well, we didn't want him anyway. He wasn't really very good. But I'm sure Mel Tucker will be happy to take him. Justin, there was another player who is arriving this week, and it was a little bit of a surprise. We're talking about Suma Beydoun, and he was a guy who starred at Detroit Catholic Central, and then he was going to go to West Point, took a year of prep school there. But if you look at him on the video, he can really rush a passer.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to watch him play when he was a student at DCC, but at the same time, you don't go to play Division I football without having the pedigree to be able to do so. Mel Tucker has obviously shown that he is combing the transfer portal for fits, not necessarily stars, not necessarily, stats. He's looking for fits for his system. And I think that he's identified this guy as a guy who could come in, and they need all the help they can get on the defensive pass rush. As much as they can get, anywhere they can get it from, they'll take it. So Ben's just another kid. I'm sure he's happy to be coming home, to be playing in front of friends and family, plus at a university that I'm sure he kept tabs on as he was over at West Point.
Justin, I want to take a look at the portal additions for Mel Tucker. He's been extremely aggressive with this. If we look at this list, do you think that he has met a lot of the needs that Michigan State had in that 2-5 season? And do you think he's done?
To answer your first question, yes, I think he's identified the needs that he is needed to fill because of the void left by Mark D'Antonio's lack of good recruiting down the stretch of his tenure here. And no, he certainly isn't done. He said as much that he's not done. I think that this is going to go well into the summer, maybe even up until fall camp. He's got to address the tight end situation. Matt Dotson apparently about to retire from the sport. Injuries have just never kept him healthy. So tight end is a position I think he's going to be looking at for sure.
Rico, I want to switch sports for a minute and take a look at the basketball recruiting classes and McDonald's All-Americans. Michigan State, 3 guys here, and this does not count Keon Coleman, as electric as he is. We don't know about Imani Bates. Michigan, 5 McDonald's All-Americans. What does this say about the rivalry moving forward?
Well, Jack, I think it says that the rivalry is going to continue. The rivalry is going to go, because we all kind of thought maybe it falls off when Beeline left, but I don't think it is. Ron Howard is bringing in, kind of like Mel Tucker, his type of players, his style, and you're seeing that with Michigan. I think for Michigan State, Izzo just needs to represent and bring some scores in, and I think they're on their way, Spartan fans. Just be patient.
We'll be right back on Press Pass.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Touchdown, Falcons.
We wear them on our sleeves and give them away. Hearts are important, and we at Cleveland Clinic are the nation's #1 heart program.
People talk about go to Cleveland Clinic, do your research. They're the best.
I was extremely grateful for the doctors at Cleveland Clinic.
For every diagnosis, for every triumph, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic. If you've been diagnosed with a heart condition, call 855-206-7309.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. Stop and see Chuck, Delita, and their terrific staff for the best in Mediterranean food. That's why I'm there every week.
Randall L. He can throw. He was a quarterback in college. And he's thrown a touchdown to Hines Ward in the Super Bowl. "43 yards, and sooner or later, they're going to run a gadget."
And you know it's coming in this alumni area that I said is between the 40s, and you know that Randall L. is going to be involved in it. It starts off with a reverse. He comes around, and it becomes a reverse pass, and he throws a perfect pass to Hines Ward. Look at them, they started in a bunch.
That was a play I will never forget in Super Bowl 40 in Ford Field. I was standing on the sideline as a photography coach, and I told a couple of the guys, hey, here comes Antoine Randall Ellen. Watch for a trick play. And the ball practically ended up in our lap. Rico, I'm sure you remember Randall L. as a dual threat, very dangerous quarterback for the Indiana Hoosiers, and then a big play receiver and special teams guy for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is he the right guy that Dan Campbell has hired to bring in to coach a rapidly changing set of Lions wideouts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is, Jack. I mean, the thing I like what Coach Campbell is doing is he's not afraid to bring in guys who may be smarter than him at certain positions. A lot of coaches, they get inferior. They got to be the smartest guy in the room, and everybody, all eyes on them. I think Campbell realizes, man, I'm inexperienced, so let me bring in as many people as I can to help me. So I do think that Randall L. will be an asset to that staff.
Guys, I want to take one more look at the accomplishments of Tom Brady after his 7th Super Bowl win. Justin, are we at a point now, if you look at what he did at Michigan and with the Patriots and now the Buccaneers, where we can forever retire this GOAT argument for professional football?
Yeah, I think it's been done for a while now. This year is just, the cherry on top. Look, Tom Brady, wherever he goes, success follows. And that doesn't mean he's the greatest player of all time. It just means he's the best quarterback of all time, winning wise. The stats never jumped off the page for Tom Brady, even when he was at Michigan. I mean, there's a reason he went as late as he did in the NFL draft. But the thing is a quarterback not only is a facilitator of the football, it's also a leader of your team. His leadership is no longer in question. Just look at that. 7 Super Bowl rings, closest is 4. I don't see anybody, at least in the present day, coming even close to that. And that's not to say Patrick Mahomes won't win another 1 or maybe 2 more. But 7? 7? Nah, it's over. Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Rico, you might see someone who you think is as good or better, Joe Montana. But if the goal is to win, and quarterback is the most important position to make that happen, how can you say Tom Brady isn't the GOAT?
Well, Jack, I think saying that somebody's the GOAT it's just kind of lazy journalism because we're acting as if time is going to end tomorrow. And I know in 2020 we thought the world was going to end. Who's to say? When Bradshaw and Montana won 4, we thought that would never be passed. Who's to say that in 20 years somebody can't do that? I'll say he's the greatest of this era, but the all-time, man, that's awful arrogant of us.
Is there anyone you can point to in history that you would match up and say, I'd rather have him than Brady?
Well, you already know, Jack. I'd still take Montana over Brady, but that's just me.
Yeah, there's guys I would take
all day.
There's guys I would take over Tom Brady from a skill standpoint. But if I'm building a team, now granted, the time is continuing to dwindle on Brady's ability to continue to play this game. We're seeing that. But 5 years ago, 3 years ago, I still would have picked Tom Brady to start my new franchise with, just simply because he's proven he wins.
Hey, Justin, what did Brady have to do with that Super Bowl that they just didn't give the ball to beast mode? He had nothing to do with that victory.
He had him in a position to win the game because all they needed to do was get a stop on defense. They had more points than they did. So they were winning the game.
Pete Carroll blew it. Brady had nothing to do with that.
Except they were in the lead before the
that one, right, to New England. Hey, Justin, I want to switch sports for a minute and take a look at another outstanding performer this week, Novak Djokovic, now with 9 Australian Open championships. That is 18 Grand Slam championships. And if we look at the greatest to have ever played the game in tennis at age 33, will he retire as the greatest men's player ever?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely up there. You know, Federer, of course, Nadal, the names that you know, right? That's what's so interesting about tennis, because it is such a specific sport. And the people who train and dedicate their life to playing that particular sport, there's just not that many of them. He's one of the best.
We'll be back with a very special local scholarship winner coming up next on Press Pass.
Get ready, Michigan, because Poker Stars is live. Join the Michigan Championship of Online Poker to win your share of $1 million in guaranteed cash payouts. Plus, you'll get $30 free play when you sign up, or a deposit bonus up to $600. And be sure to check out the other great games on Poker Stars like Blackjack, Roulette, and slot games. All safe and legal. Time to go all in, Michigan. Download the PokerStars app now or head to PokerStars.com and join the Michigan Championship of Online Poker.
What were you doing in the 70s?
I was totally engaged in starting my business, selling and installing 8-track tape players.
Electronic Outlet is celebrating their 50th anniversary, bringing you the best brands in car audio, Alpine, Sony, and Memphis. Remote car starters from Viper, Crime Stopper car alarms, and window tinting to cut down on glare and add security.
We'd like to thank you, our customers, and Greater Lansing for 50 years of support. Stop by and say hi. We're still here to serve you.
I think we're gonna have some fun. All new 911 Lone Star, Monday on Fox.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards, because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else: peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you a free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years. 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank, for what matters most. Rico, I've been doing this in this business for 43 years, and that's about as long as you've been alive. But one of the things that I have enjoyed the most is helping young people get started in the business. And we are at 81 and counting, but very happy to be joined by one of my favorites. And she was a Press Pass intern. She is an outstanding athlete, student athlete at Michigan State, a senior gymnast. And now she is the winner of the Wayne Duke Scholarship for postgraduate education. Like to welcome in Leah Mitchell. Leah, what is it like to be on this show now on the on-air side?
Oh my goodness, it's so exciting. I never would have thought that I would be on this side, but I don't know. It's like words don't describe how I feel.
You are getting a $10,000 scholarship, competitive scholarship from the Big Ten. What's your plan when you're done with your last floor exercise routine?
Oh goodness. It's kind of crazy to think that it's my senior year. I only have a month and a half left, but after I plan on going to graduate school here at Michigan State and pursuing international reporting and maybe commentate the meets, something like that.
Rico, I think we're going to have to try to get Leah back in since she's not competing. And we're going to give her some on-air responsibilities and do a few other things. And she might be on one of our panels, maybe in panel 320, something like that down the road. You are the second.
Are you saying that basically you're kicking me off the air, Jack? Is that what it is? Leah's taking my spot?
Well,
just come out and say it, Jack.
You are the second Michigan State recipient of this award and the first female Spartan to receive it. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Not only am I able to represent such a prestigious university, being the second person, but also just representing female athletes out there and just inspiring other girls who may look up to me, who want to pursue athletics, and just to let them know that being strong is beautiful and that if they really do follow their dreams, they can achieve it.
You came up from Florida, and now you are a three-time captain, a three-time team MVP, and a journalism major with a 3.96 GPA. How did you balance the beam and the books?
I really just tried to time manage. I had to say a lot more no's and yes in my time in college just to be able to get everything done. And also, my parents, they help me stay on top of my stuff too, just encouraging me that it will pay off. So that's pretty much how I balance it. I really use my planner, and also we have a lot of resources here that help us stay on top of it.
Rico, here we see Leah on the uneven bars, and I don't think you've ever had this experience. I know I haven't. But no. Very few people have had the experience she has had at Michigan State. When you look at the Student Athlete Advisory Committee and so many other organizations, I hope I can remember this list. Teams for Toys, the Children's Miracle Network, the Special Olympics, Student Athlete food drives, Spartan Buddies. How did you master the art of the 26-hour day?
If only we did have 26 hours in a day. I need it. But I definitely, again, just time managed a lot. I really tried to get myself involved with the community because, again, after I'm done with school and gymnastics, I'm going to, I guess, the real world. And I really just wanted to use this platform that I have to inspire people and just give my time back to the community and help others.
Rico,
I've often wondered.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I've often wondered, and I mean, real quickly, what was it like being an athlete in 2020 with the whole COVID shutdown and everything being so different from years past?
It was extremely difficult. Being a gymnast especially, I've never taken off more than a few days. So having to take off 6 months after we got shut down in March was hard coming back. It took a lot of mental toughness mainly and just trying to stay in shape. But even this year, we've been shut down a few times, 3 weeks in December, and then another 2 weeks from an outbreak. So it's just been really hard.
Congratulations on a tremendous career at Michigan State, such a bright future, and 14 schools nominated student athletes for this award, and you were selected. So that says an awful lot about what you have done here in East Lansing. I hope you finish up strong. I know you will.
Thank you.
We will be right back in just a couple minutes. We're going to talk with Andy Freshour about the MHSAA Student Athlete Award up next.
Stars Casino by Poker Stars.
I won $54,000 in Stars Casino.
Stars Casino, now live in Michigan.
The best part was when I got to tell my mom in person and see her reaction, just the way her face lit up. It was amazing.
I had a big weekend. I cashed out for $600.
Poker Stars is a trusted name, so I saw Poker Stars, I figured that's a site I got to be part of.
Download the app and sign up today. New players get a free $50 bonus.
It's literally like being in a casino in your own living room.
Plus, we're the only casino with a daily free bonus.
First thing I do in the morning is I get a cup of coffee and I check the daily free bonuses.
There are hundreds of slots online, and with one tap, you can play poker and bet sports.
I have poker and I have casino, and it's all in the same app. It's a lot of fun.
On Stars Casino, I made a $5 bet and I won $2,500.
Sign up today at starscasino.com to claim your free $50 bonus.
Celebrate the 25th anniversary of Judge Judy.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders. And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Woody's Oasis, your healthy alternative to fast food. Woody's has the best Mediterranean food in town. Stop and see Chuck and Delita. They'll make you feel like family. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is always willing to help.
Hi, how are you doing today? Do you want to do the homemade bread with it, or did you want to do the thin bread as the side?
They'll be sure to put a smile on your face. And as lifelong supporters of MSU athletics, you never know who might stop by. Eat Woody's and live longer.
Coulda, shoulda, Woody's.
Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, right next to campus.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Value and Values segment, brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, a statewide organization with a proud history. The MHSAA supports broad-based opportunities for growth and teaches life lessons through the value and values of high school athletics. One of the marquee events in mid-Michigan every March, and one that has brought a ton of people to Greater Lansing pre-COVID, has been the Michigan High School Athletic Association boys basketball state semifinals and finals. And with that has been a scholarship program that has touched so many people for more than 3 decades. Very happy to welcome in Andy Freshour. He is Director of Branding for the MHSAA. How are you, Andy?
I'm doing good tonight, Jack. Thanks for having me.
Can you take us back with this program now? We're talking about 32 years and how this thing got going.
Well, 32 years ago, right? That was even before I was in high school. But we've had a strong program going since then, and it's gotten bigger and bigger every year. This year, we honor 32 winners. Each winner will get a $1,000 scholarship. And through the 32 years, we've had 864 winners. So we're closing in on almost $900,000 from Farm Bureau Insurance as they look to honor and award our state's next set of leaders.
How does the virtual award ceremony differ and change things? And I don't want to say it makes it less of an experience, but certainly a very different one.
It's not, yeah, you're right. It's not quite the same as walking across the court at the Breslin Center and getting a standing ovation from 10,000 people, which is really cool. But we still try to make this a big deal for the kids. These kids have earned this award, this honor. So we do kind of a Zoom meeting where we bring them in. We have the same kind of program that we have, recognition program. We run that the same that we did in person. And it's still a great way to honor these kids coming from all over the state.
I would guess that this partnership with Farm Bureau is rock solid. I know some of the executives there, and they've gotten a great bang for their buck out of it. But most importantly, they can smile with great satisfaction helping tomorrow's leaders get where they're going to go.
We share that value with them. That's why it makes this partnership so perfect. I believe this is the biggest award we give out every year when we award this to our top scholars and athletes. These kids are very involved in their schools, on their teams, in the classroom. The extracurriculars go on forever. And I know these are the same kind of kids that Farm Bureau likes to honor as well. So it just made a great partnership between the two of us.
Andy, I always used to ask John Johnson, who just retired as communications director and broadcast director, if there'd been some way someone could study where all of these winners have gone and track it. Might be a good project for the MHSAA interns or for Farm Bureau, but I'm really curious. It must be a tremendously impressive list.
It is an impressive list. We actually, in our 25-year anniversary, we did a Where Are They Now? And we highlighted winners from the first year, from the 5th year, from the 10th year. So we know the great things these kids have done, doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, those involved and all different kinds of part of business. We've even had a couple of the winners come back and be affiliated with the MHSA. One was on our board, and currently one of our youngest athletic directors in the state, Connor Thomas at Caro High School, was a former Scholar Athlete winner.
Well, you're probably going to find some of them have gone on into the insurance industry, and maybe they are working for Farm Bureau as we speak. But when you talk about spanning generations, you may have or will soon have father, son, mother, daughter, some combination within the family, and that might be fun too. Andy, thanks so much for joining us. We look forward to another set of honorees from Farm Bureau, and we'll be right back with our weekly awards. Cool and Smooth segment up next on Press Pass.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
All new Prodigal Son, Tuesday at 9 on Fox.
All right, moment of truth. Yes!
What's that? Are we getting the minivan? Bill, are we getting the minivan?
Yeah, we're getting the minivan. Call LaFontaine.
All right. Minivan.
Max your tax return dollars at LaFontaine and get the family deal. Shop over 6,000 new and certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs online now at familydeal.com.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank.
dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years, with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Start Bank for what matters most.
Gentlemen, it seems like every week now we are losing more and more familiar names and faces in the world of sports. And there you see Vincent Jackson, not Vincent Bo Jackson. Vincent Jackson, a 12-year receiver with the Chargers and the Bucks, played in 3 Pro Bowls, and he passes away at age 38. Shocking loss. And Adam Jones, and he was one of the best small school athletes we have ever had in these parts, from Dansville. And there you see him standing next to Steve Fisher in row 2 to the right, and went to Michigan, part of Fab 5 team, and then transferred, played at Lansing Community College, and then finished up at Wayne State. And a tragic loss this week and very strange circumstances, dying outdoors. All right, gentlemen, who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Rico Beard, what do you have for our play of the week?
Oh, Jack, this is tough. I got 2 Spartans. I got Torrey Osmond with the game-winning shot today. I mean, straight-up buzzer-beater shot to beat Purdue, 76-73. They had to go back to make sure that it was good. It was. But I'm going to go to the attitude adjustment. When Josh Langford bumps into you like he's angry, Josh Langford, the guy who's probably auditioning to be the 13th disciple, that got things going. He bumps into Race Thompson of Indiana after a timeout was called. That showed you that Michigan State, I think, was tired of losing. You saw fight in Michigan State that you haven't seen since maybe the Duke game. So I'm going to go with Langford in a play off the court, bumping into Race Thompson like we ain't going nowhere.
All right. Justin, what do you have for us for our team of the week?
It's got to be the Michigan Wolverines. I mean, going down to Columbus, obviously a place that no Michigan Wolverine likes to go, but they get a big victory. It's one of the best wins in college basketball this year, and Hunter Dickinson is just a star in the making. I mean, he's going to win another Big Ten Freshman of the Week honors this week. That'll make him a 7-time winner. The only other person to do that, a guy by the name of Trey Burke, who also played at the University of Michigan. I think that Michigan is rolling on all cylinders right now, and Hunter Dickinson, big reason why.
And you said on the Drive with Jack last week that you thought Hunter Dickinson is a one and done. Seems logical. We shall see. For our player of the week, it all comes with a theme, and that theme is perseverance. Perseverance happened to be the name of the craft. You talk about the NASA rover that landed on Mars. There you see the Perseverance. And how about perseverance for Rico's guy, Josh Langford? We're talking about 5 years coming back. He'd been 30 for 90 from the field before he caught fire, only missed 1 shot, made all the big plays. Fantastic. Want to thank all of our guests, and really want to thank Rico Beard for joining us from 97.1 The Ticket in Detroit, and Justin Rose from WXYZ TV. Also want to thank a couple of very special guests, Leah Mitchell, Michigan State senior gymnast, and she is winner of the Wayne Duke Scholar Athlete Scholarship for Graduate Studies. That is tremendous. Also appreciate Andy Freshour joining us from the Michigan High School Athletic Association. And we talk about outstanding scholars. They've been recognized now for 33 years by Farm Bureau, and it's something that a lot of area athletes have had a chance to compete for and win and go on to school. We appreciate all of them joining us tonight. We'll be back next week, everyone. Have a great week and stay warm.